Hi, welcome to SRS Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. It's week 11 in college football. We are the Odds Cup. We come to you sportsbookreview.com, and we're talking right now with Al McMordie from BigAl.com. Always gives very illuminating breakdowns of these games. And the college football game we're going to talk about right now, I'm glad we're covering this one, LSU Arkansas, because this is one of those games, Mike Brenner, where I think I'm seeing an edge, but I definitely have some doubts. And I love it when we get an opinion like Al to confirm or refute my thoughts. Obviously, on the opening line show, I gave Arkansas, but there are some issues, right? Arkansas, their quarterback is banged up. They're getting some nice points, but they're not getting a ton of points, right? I'd rather be getting like 13 here, Mike Brenner, right?
I think the same on the points, absolutely.
They're getting 7, which is nice. I'd rather be getting 5 or 6 more, though. And I'm also leaning under. And, of course, LSU is coming off the Alabama game. That had to have taken a lot out of him. You have anything before we go to Al? You have anything to say about this?
First of all, I always look forward to Al's insight as well. You know, he's been in it for a minute, and he's knocking it out. He does. He knocks it out of the park more than he doesn't. LSU, if Les Miles was still there, this would be the kind of game if they played Bama close like they did last week, I think they would go backwards, okay?
Right.
But with the new blood in there, the new system, I got a feeling these young kids are going to look and say, man, we did something special. Bottom line, we won. They get a W out of that.
Yeah.
Now, can you carry that against a team that just absolutely, if I'm correct, blew the doors off another SEC team? Wasn't it Florida they blew away? Or
Arkansas. Yeah.
I mean, boom. So now does that team, are they deflated? I mean, do they come out a little flat because of that? I don't know. And it's why I just didn't have anything. I don't know what the gut feeling is, Pete, because, and then when I heard about the quarterback, that right there was, just a red alarm for me. So I'm dying to hear what Big Al's got to say about this one.
All right. Al McMordie, I'm leaning Arkansas. I took him at +7. I'd much rather be getting 13, though. What's your take on this game?
I wish I was getting 13 last week with LSU instead of getting 7.
Oh, yeah, man. Sometimes those extra 6 points in college football can make the difference between a win and a loss, right?
We go ahead.
As my friend Larry Ness says all the time, you should have teased. Anyway, last week Arkansas, they blew out Florida 31-10. The Tigers, as you guys just mentioned, they lost a very hard-fought game in Alabama, to Alabama. The score in that game was actually 0-0 through 3 quarters, and then Alabama got 10 points in the fourth quarter to win and cover by a 10-0 final score. I actually look for LSU to bounce back off that shutout loss. Guys, one of the things I love to do, and I've been doing this for years, is I take teams off shutout losses if they're road favorites in their next game by 3 or more points. They've covered 68% against the spread over the last 37 years in that situation. And even though there's nothing wrong with 68%, we can improve our stat to a perfect 11-0, 100% against the spread if their opponent is off a win by more than a field goal in its previous game. And of course, Arkansas won by 21 last week. I think just getting shut out is going to motivate LSU in this game, and I like them minus the points.
Wow. That might be enough to talk me off it because, as you said, 2 factors. The Arkansas quarterback might be banged up, and you touched on the biggest factor, I think, which is that there's just a different culture there now.
Absolutely.
And a different mindset.
Yep. They look at that last game as a win, not a loss. And you know what? I really think, honestly, that offense knows they're capable of putting up points, so they're going to take it out on somebody. And with Arkansas having a banged-up quarterback, that LSU defense is stout. You just asked Nick Saban what he thinks of it.
I think
I might jump in Al's car and ride to the bank with that one.
He was supposedly banged up a little bit last week as well, and, he had a fine game last week. But, the reports are coming in. Maybe that doesn't matter at all, and Al's breakdown of this is dead on. Al McMordie, thanks so much. You might have saved me a little bit of money here. I'm going to have to come off of Arkansas, I think. And your website is BigAl.com. Tell us about that.
Sure. We've been in business now 25 years, and folks can go to BigAl.com and click on picks for sale for all of my best selections. We've got 16 handicappers at the website, so not just me, but you can get picks from guys like Larry Ness, Brandon Shively, Scott Spreitzer, Tom Stryker. Lots of terrific information at the website. We also have complimentary selections every day, and not just one free pick. We have 4 free picks, 2 from myself, 1 from Larry Ness, 1 from Scott Spreitzer. Just go to BigAl.com and click on free picks.
Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.